In this video, I'm going to show you 6 things that most people mess up when uploading designs to RedBubble, and I'll show you how to fix them. Let's go. Thanks for joining me on this video. My name is Juna with Detour Shirts. I've been designing and selling t-shirts online since 2005, and in this video, I wanted to show you tips for uploading to RedBubble. Now, these are things that most people overlook when uploading to RedBubble. It's really easy to go past these and not do these because a lot of the default settings on RedBubble are not helping you with your design. So I'm going to show you what I mean. I'm going to show you how to upload the right style for each product, what the right size is, and kind of make sure that everything that you're uploading works well on the product. So I'm going to show you what happens on RedBubble by default, some of the default settings that they have, and why you need to kind of go in there and kind of tweak it just a little bit. So first, I'm going to show you Affinity Designer and a design that I'm going to start with. The design doesn't matter. I'm just going to show you the size and what you should do there and how to upload it from Affinity Designer and some of the changes we'll need to make in Affinity Designer in the later part of the video to fix these problems. So let's get into Affinity Designer first, and I'll show you the design. So here we are on Affinity Designer. You can see my design right here. This is the design I'm wearing, Detour Shirts, just my logo. What I have here is the design, and it's on a black background right here. So if I click on this, you can see the black background. I can turn that off. And the way to save this for RedBubble is to turn off the background first. Once you have your design, click on it, then go to File and Export, or you could hit Command Option Shift S right there. And you can see PNG 4500 by 5400. That's the size, that's the Amazon size that we're used to. So I'm going to save it like that, and then selection only and hit Export. And you can name it. So I'm going to just name it Detour Logo, like that. And you may want to call it white, whatever color I like to do that. So Detour Logo white. And it's going to save it to the desktop or wherever you sent it to. And one way to check that is, I'm going to open it up here and show you right here. It's knocked out, right? All I have is this, and it's the right size, 4500 by 5400. Now let's get into RedBubble, and I'll show you what happens when I upload this and some of the defaults that RedBubble has. So here we are on RedBubble. I'm going to show you how to upload. You click on your logo here and just hit Add New Work right there, and then Upload New Work. So I'm going to drag in that PNG file that I made from Affinity Designer right into here. And we're not going to fill out all of this. I'm just going to put a title because you can't save it without a title. So I'm going to just say Detour Shirts Logo. All right, because it is white text, you may want to choose a background. I'm going to choose a black background right there, just 0000. And you can see on some of them, it's preloaded. So let's go through each product and I'll show you what I do. So most people do this. You edit and you come in here and you pick black and you kind of scale it down for whatever size you want. I like it right there on the chest, right? And just make sure, click this horizontal and just make sure that it's horizontally thing. And then most people just move on and do black here. And then hat, size it, make sure it's in that line. Boom, apply changes. Now, I'm just gonna turn everything on, but I usually don't do these. But if you did, of course, you're going to want to put it in the side here. Make sure that it fits, unless you want your design to go full bleed. And that's what these are made for, right? These all over prints is to make it full. Like, these don't really work for that. If you have like a nice photo that takes up the whole spot or a nice pattern, then that's what I would use on these right here. All right, let's move down. Same thing with this. Now you see what's happening here on the stickers is that it's white on white, and so it's not going to show up. But a lot of people just pass by that and like, well, I only have that one thing. Maybe I turn off stickers or something. I'll show you what happens there. I'm going to leave everything on just to show you what happens. Here you're going to have to scale it. Turn these on. Make sure you scale everything. That's one thing that you should do. Just come in here and make sure that they work on each product if you're gonna choose it. Of course, if you don't want it on the product, then you can disable it. You can see. So it's disabled or enabled. That's how you do it. Now it takes a few minutes to do this, and that's why a lot of people probably don't do it. It's because it takes a long time to come in here and make sure that everything is the right size. But of course, you want to make sure that they're all the right size to do it. Give yourself the best chance of getting a sale, right? This one doesn't really have that scalability on it, so that's interesting. We'll see what happens there. Let's enable these new ones. I'm gonna make it fit there. This one too. You can kind of see that it fits there. All right, that one works pretty good. This mug. You can see that I don't like this mug one. We're gonna work on that mug too. I'll make that a little better. Whoops. All right, so I'm gonna just go through all of these and size them, and there's a lot more, but you get the idea. We're gonna size them here. I'm gonna zoom through the end and then show you what happens. All right, so here we are at the end. I just checked. Everything looks like it's in the right place as far as that goes. So I'm gonna hit upload. So when you get down to here, check some of the media here. If it's a drawing or digital or photography, you might wanna check that. I'm going to say design, illustration, and digital art since I made it. Now these are your personal collection, so if it fits to any of those or if you need to make one, you can do that. I'm not going to show you how to do that. But this is mature content. No, this is just a logo. I don't do that. Optimize, I like to use it just optimize. Unless you're wanting to highlight a specific product, then I would change that. And then I have the right to sell these. This is my logo, and we're going to hit save work. So it's going to process this thing here, and I'm going to show you some of the things that we're going to catch and then we're going to fix. So these are the default settings. Again, you're going to have to make your design fit everything first. That's not what I'm talking about. That should be basic. That should be something that you're already doing. But let's see what happens. So right away you can see we got some problems. The magnet, we saw this. The same thing with the sticker. We have white on white and it's not showing up. On the dad hat, we only selected one of the hats for color and we didn't do the other one. So on the dad hat, this one is white on white, again by default, not showing up. So let's scroll down here. Most of these are on black and that's fine. This one right here, the long t-shirt, we forgot to select that as black, so it's showing up white on there. Let's see. Everything else, premium scoop, again, didn't do that. So we have to go back and change that. Stickers, glossy stickers, so we're gonna fix that. Let's see, what else? So this is happening. The postcard was not the right size, so you can see instead of a black background all the way out, they have this white and white. So that looks really bad. If people see this, they're not gonna buy it. So we're gonna have to fix that to make sure that it's black all around. Let's see what else. Tote bag again, white on kind of a tan tote color, so we're gonna have to fix that. Same with the water bottle, same with the greeting card, same with the postcard. And everything else looks okay. The jigsaw puzzle could be bigger. If I had a bigger thing, you can see it's not touching the edges, so that may be an issue too. But everything else, let's see. The mug, you can see right here, it's not showing the mug. I mean, we could turn it, but I kind of like having more than one design. I like it to have front and back. So let's fix the mug as well. So we'll go back in here and I'll show you how to do some of these things. So let's scroll back up and hit edit. So we're going to come back in here. The things that we missed were these colors. The scoop, make sure to turn that on, and the long sleeve, turn that on. So most people miss that. Same thing with standard print clothing. So if you go down here and turn all these on, by default these turn on black. If you choose this black, then it kind of changes everything else black. That's why we didn't see much of a default there, or change there for the defaults. But if you want to change the colors for those, you can go in here and change that as well. The caps, by default, it only picked the one color, so you have to go in here and pick the other one as black. So that's how you fix that one. Tip number one, change the colors on some of these. That's an easy fix. Next one, we're gonna change this sticker one. We're gonna go and create something else and upload that. We're gonna do that in Affinity Designer, so I'm gonna fix that for you. And then postcards here, if we go in here and find out what postcard size is the right size, you can see there's no way to scale this thing. So I'm gonna go in here and I need help. Click down here, I need help. And you can see the dimensions and format. If we go down here, it's part of stationery, and it is postcard, so 1300 by 900. Write that down, 1300 by 900. We're gonna go into Affinity Designer and make sure that we do it that size. Let's come back here. Mugs, let's fix this too. So I'm gonna come in here. You can scale it, but you can see it's only one thing. So I wanna do a Detour Shirts logo here and here, so we're gonna fix that in Affinity Designer. And we should have checked the size while we were there for the other one, but we can still click here, problems with your size, go to dimensions, and this is part of home decor, I believe. There's mugs, and we're just gonna do the standard mug, 2700 by 1120. So write that down. We're gonna fix the mugs, and let's see. And if you want your logo bigger on some of these products, like this doesn't go edge to edge, if you want to do that, I can show you how to do that as well, so we'll fix that. And you can see these water bottle and cotton tote bag, they need the same treatment as the stickers. It needs to be a dark design on a white background, or else it won't show up. So we're going to fix those as well. So let's get back into Affinity Designer, and I'll show you some of the tweaks that we're going to make. All right, so here we are in Affinity Designer again. We're gonna do a few easy tweaks. So first thing first, let's click on this, hold down Option, and we're gonna copy these 3 times. So hold down Option, 1, I'm gonna scroll here, 2, and 3. And maybe a 4th one. Let's do 4, actually, now that I think of it. 4, okay. So the first one is easy. What we need to do is make a black version, or something that works on a white background. So let's change this background to something light like this, and then hold down, click on all of these right here, or depending what your design is, you may want to change the color from white to black or something dark, right? So I'm just gonna do that and make sure this is white now. So you can see this is the dark version that I'm gonna use on the things that have a white background. So the stickers are one, the tote, and some of the other things, right? So I'm gonna export this. Remember, Command Option Shift S and selection only, export, and do Detour logo or whatever you're gonna call yours. And I'm gonna say this one is black. All right, we're done with that one. Next thing we're gonna do is make sure that we have the right size for different things. So the first size that we wrote down was for postcards. So we can easily come in here and go into transform, and instead of 4500 by 5400, we're gonna do 1300 by 900. That is our postcard size. Now, if we want it horizontal or vertical, that depends on you. Let's do it vertical. So let's change it to 900 by 1300. There. And then we get the whole thing again, this design, and make sure that it fits. So you see how it's squishing like that? Make sure to hold down Shift and just grab the corners and fit it. So we can come in here, gonna scroll in, make sure all of these are grouped. All right, and then kind of make sure that it is in there. We can use these to kind of align center. There you go. So there you go. That's our postcard right here. So export, Command Shift Option S, and then selection only and postcard. So Detour Shirts postcard. Boom, very good. Let's zoom back out here. The next size we need is for the mugs. So let's move this here. And the mugs we said was 2700, and you can hit tab, and then 1120, tab. There you go. And let's make sure we grab that, group it, Command G, and then let's zoom in here. So I kind of want two right here and right here, right? So on the mug, on each side of the mug. So you can kind of eyeball it. I'm going to group these and kind of make sure that it's centered like that. Now on the mugs, I don't like the design on a black background because the black kind of doesn't fill the whole mug. There's still that white handle. So I'm going to change this for the mug and make it a light mug. Make this black, that, and you can do this for each product. You can upload a different design. So you can see right there, this is my mug design now. So I'm gonna export this and do Detour Shirts mug. Yes, I know this is a lot for every design that you're doing this, but if you want to put it on these products, if you don't want to put it on these products, then don't. But if you want to make sure that they work well on these products, then yes. And the last thing I'm going to do is the size that works for everything. If you want to put it on like some of the bigger stuff, I would say instead of 4500 by 5400, I would do 7600. Now this is only if you want to put it on everything and make sure that it goes edge to edge on everything. You can see it worked mostly, that 4500 by 5400 worked on most everything. But if you still have something that you're thinking, well, I wish it was bigger, this will do it. So, and of course you can always shrink it down on RedBubble, right? So here, this design should fit everything. So I'm gonna export this one again without the background. So make sure the background is transparent. You can see right there. And then we're going to hit Command Shift Option S and go to selection only and export, and make sure to call this, or call it whatever you want, but I'm going to call it Detour Shirts Big, and save it. So there you go. Those are basically what I would do. I would have a light version, a dark version, a postcard, a mug, and maybe, not always, but maybe something that's big that fits everything. And I'll show you how that fits. So let's go back into RedBubble and we'll fix a lot of the problems that we found in the beginning. So here we are back on RedBubble. I'm going to replace all these images with the big one that we just did. So you can see Detour Shirts Big there. Now let's see what happens. It's a bigger file, so it may take a little while to upload. It's going to replace everything with big, and it may mess up the size, and you might have to go up and fix it. Let's see what happens. Yeah, so you can see it kind of did it again, but now you can see how much bigger it is, and I can fix it. So we're going to fix all of that. Don't worry about that. We're just going to go through all of them and fix it again if you want to use the big size for some of those bigger stuff. And make sure to come in here and fix the size and the color like we said before. So we can come in here, go in here, make sure that they're the right color. Yes, they're still on the black. So good. And so on. So we're not going to do all of these, but you will have to go back in there if you're going to upload again a different size. Now you may need not to if you don't care about those bigger ones, right? Here, let's fix the sticker. So we can hit replace image and go with your black one that we made right here. So now we can see in here that this will work. If you want to make sure that this fills in right here, we could come in and do a white circle around it to make sure that it doesn't cut out here, because that's what it does. The design cuts it out. Typically when I order these, it doesn't cut it out that much, but if you want to play it safe for stickers, make sure to put a circle back there. But I'm going to leave it so that you can see how I'm going to use this for the other ones. The other thing was the postcard. So let's come in here, hit edit. You can see it's using that 7600 by 7600, which is a square. I'm going to replace this image as well with the postcard image. So we're going to do that. Now you can see it fits the curtain because it's a bigger size. It kind of bleeds out there. Let's fix the mug. We're going to replace it with that mug one that we did. Make sure the black background color is white. And now you can see the mug right there. I have two, one on each side. So if I turn the mug this way, it's on there. If I turn it middle, you can see there's two, and then you can turn it there. And by default, it usually has it on the side. It just makes it for a better mug for the t-shirt size. Now, if you have a print pattern that goes all the way around it, then you may not need to do this. But usually for t-shirt size or anything like a square or tall rectangle, you may want to do this. All right, so I think that fixes everything. I'm going to go back in here and adjust the size for all of these. And I'll fast forward to the end there, and then we'll see what our changes did at the end when we hit save. So I wanted to show you what we do here on the water bottles and tote bags. We're going to use the same black one that we use for the sticker. So hit here and use the sticker one, which is black. And we're going to do the same for this, but let's make sure we edit the size so you can see that works better on the water bottle. And tote bag, same thing. Replace image with the black version, and you can see it just works a lot better there. So let me finish up some of these and adjust these, and we'll hit the save. Okay, now that we adjusted everything, we can go back in here. Make sure you have to click this button again. Make sure everything is enabled. So you can go in here, everything that you want to sell is enabled. Now you may not want to sell every one of these. Your design may not look good on all of these. I personally probably wouldn't do these all over t-shirts. They just won't work for that type of design. But if you want to do that, you can do it. So you can see some of these work well, some of them don't. But use the ones that work well for you, for your design. And then hit save work. We're going to upload these and see how we did, see what kinds of changes we made, see what we fixed. So crossing fingers that this works. If not, we can always go back and edit it, right? So let's see what happens. So now you can see the magnet works well. I can read it. It's not white on white, it's black on white. Let's see what else we did. The hats are both black, so those got fixed. And the shirts are all black. So those got fixed, none of the white shirts. Stickers and glossy stickers and transparent stickers all work because they're black on that, so you can see it. Let's see. The postcard print now works well. It's all black, right? Now this is something people might want to buy instead of having that white line out there, so we fixed that. We used a bigger design, so now it works on things like comforters and shower curtains and duvet covers, goes all the way edge to edge. That may not be what you want, but it does make a cool pattern in some of these duffel bags and backpacks, right? Just really cool. Let's see. The jigsaw puzzle, you can see it goes all the way edge to edge because this is one of the bigger ones. If you're going to do a jigsaw puzzle, this is a huge one, and you can see it goes all the way edge to edge. So it fits on everything. The mugs, again, work well. Let's see. So you can see it's on this side as well as the other side. So I like those mugs a lot better than having the black background and just a white handle. So I personally like the white mugs like that. And you can, yeah, it just works on everything now. So those are the tips to how to fix it. I'll show you what we did and just make sure that we have that. Let's go to this right here. All right, to recap, see there's the 6 tips for RedBubble uploads. First, make sure you adjust your size for each product. A lot of people just go in there, slap it on, and then hit save, where on each product they may look a little wonky. So you're gonna have to take time and go on there and adjust on each product and make sure that they fit. I know that takes a long time, but it works a lot better that way. Then you need to select the right color for each product. Some of those hats and shirts are turned off by default. You're gonna have to click through them, click on black if that's the color that you want, and do it. Postcard size, again, is a different size. If you don't do it this size, 1300 by 900, or a scaled version of that size, you'll see the white line. So especially if you're doing something with a color background, you want to do this. Create a design for a light background for stickers. So you saw that in my logo it was white, and those white letters, even if it's not all white, if there's anything white on it, any white letters, unless there's a background behind it, it's not going to show up on the stickers. So do this for stickers. Create a design that works on a light background for stickers and totes and some of those other things. Then create your mug size. Make sure that it's the right size, 2700 by 1120. You saw how I did that. And lastly, and this one's optional, if you find that you want a bigger size and the 4500 by 5400 isn't working, then you can use 7600 by 7600, and that should work on everything, including the biggest thing, which usually is the jigsaw puzzle. If you want to actually put it on the jigsaw puzzle, then you might want to use this. So have fun with this. Hopefully these tips help you make sure that your products are looking great in your store when somebody clicks on different products for RedBubble, that your design works well in those products. So that is it for this video. Hopefully this video was super helpful for you. I know there was a lot to take in, especially for RedBubble. RedBubble is probably the hardest thing to upload to because there's so many products, but it also gives you a lot of variety so that you could sell on all those products too. So there's kind of a balance there. If this video was really helpful for you, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Make sure to like and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button right there if you're not subscribed already. The question of the day for this video is, are there any other RedBubble tips that you know of? Leave those in the comments. I gave you some of mine. If you have something that wasn't covered in this video, let me know in the comments. We'd love to put that on there to help other people. So thanks again for watching. And if you want to see more RedBubble videos, make sure to click on these videos right here. And as always, guys, keep creating and keep learning. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.